myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win.
Turn me up, 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 up.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's Doghouse. This is episode 35. I feel like that's a milestone for me, getting to 35 episodes on my own show. So I'm excited about today. I hope y'all are also excited as I am. Can't wait to talk about all the candidates I have for today. I even have an honorable mention as well. So I can't wait to talk about that as well. So man, I'm ready to turn up with y'all today, man. It's a great day. It's a Wednesday, winning Wednesdays. You know, this is normally the off day for the show, but this is normally the day that I do my show. So I'm definitely excited to talk about who could possibly be going into the doghouse today and who are the dogs for the week. Now, as I explain again, the doghouse is not a weekly thing. That is just someone who's in the doghouse and they could be there for a while. Now, dogs of the week is probably the only thing that's really weekly, and that doesn't depend on for that week. It's just who I feel as though I should talk about for this week. And I definitely have some really good candidates. Can't wait to talk about it. I know the NBA offseason has started, along with the draft going on, free agent signing, trades, a lot of the stuff that's happened. So I'm here to talk about some of that stuff. But we also have some activity in soccer, racing, baseball, NFL offseason. There's a lot of stuff we got to talk about, some good and some bad things. So I can't wait to see what you guys say about it. Shout out to my guy Mikey for being the first to comment. My guy's always here to support me. I appreciate you. And everyone else that also tunes into the show. So make sure you like, share, subscribe. I am live right now on 3 platforms, X, YouTube, and Facebook. So if you're watching me, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, and, you know, repost it, say highlight at everyone, have them tune into today's show. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's talk about who is in the doghouse for this week. But before we do that, we're going to talk about who is already in the doghouse that could possibly be coming out soon. No one's coming out today, but you know, we got a few candidates here and there. You got some people that are hidden everywhere. But I think you shouldn't be surprised from anyone that's in there, honestly. I think everyone that's there deserves to be there for their own reasons. Stephen A. Smith, I know you see that face. You see Colin Cowherd, Sam Howell, Dallas Cowboys, the Dodgers, Adrian Broner, the Mystics, the Yankees. Everyone's there. Kind of sort of deserves to be there. So that's kind of what we're going off right now. So let's go ahead and talk about the new members for this week. Who and what sport or what analyst deserves to be in the doghouse? Well, NFL Hard Knocks has just started for the New York Giants, and I think it's no surprise that their GM, Joe Schoen, is now in the doghouse. Let's be frantic about this. Everyone saw the video of them talking about Saquon Barkley and him possibly staying or hitting free agency or being traded. There were moments in there where it seemed like the team outside of Joe, well, the guys, the front office outside of Joe, including the owner, wanted Saquon back in the building. But Joe was obviously feeling a lot different than everyone else did. So what Joe decided to do was talk about the other options. And the other options was getting another running back in free agency. I mean, because we hear this all the time, running backs can be replaced. But it's different when that running back is the difference maker. There are a few in the league that are difference makers, like Derrick Henry, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey. You have those guys that can make a difference in the league, depending on what they can do, especially when they're healthy. Now, you had that point. Then he also said, I don't want to disrespect him and only offer him $7 million. That means you didn't necessarily see it as disrespect in the first place to offer him $7 million because you feel like a running back is not worth $12 million. Well, Christian McCaffrey proved that to be wrong. I'm pretty sure Derrick Henry has proved that to be wrong. And so has Nick Chubb. They're all worth that money. They have been injured, yes, but they're all worth the money. When they're there, they make a difference. Christian McCaffrey's second year with the San Francisco 49ers went to the Super Bowl. He was in the MVP conversation. That's a difference. Saquon Barkley 2 years ago was the biggest reason why the Giants went to the playoffs. Yes, Daniel Jones had a solid year, I guess. He had 15 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. I mean, 15 touchdowns is not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's barely good. It's more okayish. I think quarterbacks on average have about 25 to 30 touchdowns a season. And he didn't even have that. But in that offseason, what you do is you pay Daniel Jones $45 million and you franchise tag your running back. So that was the disrespect right there. And now to see it unfold on Hard Knocks and you're talking about you want to protect your quarterback? Well, you protect your quarterback, but make sure that his weapon is paid and his weapon is there. You drafted Malik Neighbors, and you drafted a wide receiver last year out of Tennessee, Jalen Hyatt. So you got 2 weapons that you can definitely use. With that being said, Saquon Barkley was going to be your best weapon on offense. And the other way to protect your quarterback is to make sure he has a good offensive line that can protect him. Saquon Barkley was effective with or without a good offensive line. That's not the same thing for your quarterback. And plus, your quarterback played better when your running back was there. But hey, I mean, maybe it's just me, but that is the situation. So, for that, Joe, welcome to the doghouse. My guy, you in the doghouse. Next, simply put, this is because of the now, I don't know if a lot of people pay attention to soccer or what happens when it comes to, when it comes to Copa America. But it's definitely important when it comes to, international soccer, like places like Brazil and Mexico and Canada and Europe. We in France, those are competitions that are heavily looked at. And what's happening right now, or what happened, is something that, shouldn't be shocking. But if you look at how it was hyped up for this team, then you would understand why. So, USA men's soccer team, or most say the United States men's national team, you guys were highly, highly talked about this year, saying that you would be one of the best in the world. Someone even predicted that you guys would make it to the final and lose. I wasn't one of those people, but this is based off what you were projected to do. You were ranked number 11 in the world, and you failed to qualify for the knockouts despite being in a group with nations ranked number 14, number 43, and number 84. Where's the improvement? Please tell me where the improvement is for soccer. Someone please enlighten me on this, because I don't see where this is improvement. The players may have gotten better, but it doesn't seem as if it's happening on the soccer field. It doesn't seem like it's happening. In the last game, the United States crashed out after the goalkeeper attempted more passes than every one of his midfield or forward teammates in this match. So your goalkeeper has more passes than everyone else. What's going on the field? Like, what's up? Y'all not able to find someone get open? Is your dribble not good enough to be able to find someone? And USA wasn't the only one to miss Copa America. Mexico also missed it. But I mean, USA was ranked number 11 in the world. And you're in a group with a number 43 and 84, and you missed the knockout? You couldn't even qualify for the knockout round? I don't maybe, just maybe you need to focus better on soccer and try to get some players that aren't from the United States to play for US. I don't know. I mean, the men's basketball team is doing that right now because Embiid is from Cameroon and he's playing for USA. So, I mean, maybe you got to pull a move like that somehow. I don't know how it's going to happen, but figure something out. See if someone internationally has some U.S. ties and see if you can get them to play for the United States. Other than that, I don't see you making it any better, United States national team. But all I can say is welcome to being the new members of the doghouse. Let's see how long you're there. My guy, you in the doghouse. Next up, going to talk about someone in baseball. Actually started off hot this year, but it has not looked particularly well. As of late, on one of the best teams in baseball, but this team has actually been sliding, losing 16 of their last 21 games. The team is already in the doghouse, and I kind of spoke on him as well. But it's now really time to put a highlight on this player. Carlos Rodon. Now, as I said before, started great. Started great. So good, he started 9-2 this season. To start the year, he was 9-2, y'all. 9-2. Not even a big, it's not. It was a bounce. It was a turnaround season for him. So in 14 starts last year, he was 3-8 with a 6.85 ERA, 64 Ks. This year, in his first 14 starts, he was 9-2, 2.93 ERA with 74 Ks. He was improving. But now, in his last 5 starts, he's 0-5. He started 2 of 2 in the first 4 games. Then he went on a run. Next 7 starts, he was 7-0. He was absolutely great during those times. And then he dropped his last 5. Yesterday, is when he got his 5th straight loss. 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and this was all in the first inning. This wasn't throughout the game. This was in the first inning. All the runs came in the first inning. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. So, and then he got his, like I said, he got his 5th straight loss. Carlos Rodon, you are one of the reasons why the Yankees are sliding. Pitching has been an issue sometimes. Pitching and being able to get stolen bases and allowing stolen bases has been an issue for the Yankees. Like I said, this season you were 8-2, 3.0 ERA, 71 strikeouts. That was within 10, those 13 games. And then the very next game is when you had another 3 strikeouts. So you had 74 strikeouts. You were playing awesome for the Yankees during that time. But now it's just like, it's okayish. And it's just not enough. It's not enough. So gotta do better, Carlos Rodon. It's one thing to have a slow start and get hot, but it's another thing to be hot and then crash out. And right now, it looks like you're crashing out. And the team is the team is not playing well. Is also, like you say, you just lost another series to the Red Sox, a team that's now only 4, maybe 3.5 games back now. So it's a lot closer than it was before. You were up 11, 12 games before we got to this point. Haven't won a series in the last 3 weeks or so. So it's not going well. You're one of the players that need to step up and do better for the Yankees to get out of the doghouse and for you to get out of the doghouse. But until then, this is where you are. And this is where you may stay for a good little while until you get on another hot streak and the Yankees play better. But you have an opportunity to get out. It's just right now you just don't seem to be doing that. So, Carlos Rodon, pitcher of the New York Yankees. Welcome to the doghouse.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
And we move on. Now, this one may come up as a surprise to some people, especially if those who watch F1 racing. I have highlighted this guy before, but he is not absolved to being also talked about as well. Young guy, Lando Norris. Now, this is based on his last 3 performances where he's had opportunities to win. Last 3 races, he had opportunity to win all 3 times, and he's lost every single one. And it just seems like he just keeps coming up short. Not sure what his issue is. He's making mistakes on like the last part of the races as well. It was within the last 5 laps where he pretty much wasn't up to speed. Just wasn't up to speed. I don't know, man. I don't know. Lando, I had a lot of, you were one of the reasons that made me start looking at F1 racing. I wasn't necessarily a fan before, and now that I'm actually more in tune now to see what's going on with the races, to see where you guys are going to go up, which Grand Prix is next, and you've had chances to win the last 3 times, and you've pretty much choked the wins away every single time. The last race, you said it yourself. You said that you felt you were in position to win, and you just gave it up. What's going on? Is there something about your turns? Are you stopping too soon? Are you not stopping soon enough? What's the issue, Lando? You got to let us know what's going on. What are you going to do to change? Max is there. We all know how good he is and what he's going to do to try to win. You didn't blame him for the crash that happened last time between you two because you understand the race and it wasn't done on purpose. But you got to have that mentality to get back and be like, nah, I'm going to win this race. You got to come with that, Lando. Just as much as you can get praise is just as quick as you can get put in the doghouse. And Lando, that's where you stand right now. That's where you stand right now, Lando. Show me something. Show me you want an opportunity to win and that you're going to do what it takes to get to that point. So, let me know what you're going to do. Let the world know. Let yourself know first of how you're going to attack this. And, let's see what happens, Lando. But at this moment, you and your team are now in the doghouse. So, welcome, Lando. My guy, you in the doghouse. And correction, Teddy. I did talk about that Carlos Rodon when I made you guys dogs. I mentioned Carlos Rodon during that time. You just forgot. That's okay. Sorry. Typical Yankees fan, only here when the bad is being talked about, not when the praise is being there. You did the same thing with the Celtics too, but don't mind me. So next up, man, we get to talk about Dogs of the Week. Dogs of the Week. I wonder who I'm going to start with. So, it's the NBA offseason. It's a lot of teams that did well in the draft. A lot of teams that made moves in the offseason to improve their team. But there are 3 teams I want to talk about today. And I'm going to start with one right now. And they've had a lot of questions about certain things they do, the process. And it's none other than the Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers has definitely improved their team on paper because that's all we can judge it of right now is on paper. Tobias Harris is no longer on the team. They pretty much replaced him with Paul George. They also traded away Buddy Hield, who was a good shooter but did not show up when it mattered the most for the 76ers. They went and signed Caleb Martin from the Miami Heat. Also used to play for the New Orleans Hornets. So you got that coming into town with them. So Philly is doing whatever they need to do to improve the team. It's going to look a lot more different. You now have a guy that can also score. They also went and signed Andre Drummond, who played with this team back in 2021. So you got another rebounder and another good defender on the team to help out with Embiid as well. So he doesn't have to be the guy to get all the rebounds and the blocks. You got somebody that can help him out in the post. And sometimes even if you have both of them out there, Embiid does not have to be in the post. He can be outside because we know Embiid likes to shoot. So you got that as well. And Yeah, man. I mean, this team, the offense is going to get better. You got Maxey and Paul George now, so that's going to get better. The defense is going to get better along now um, with having PG there because we know PG is still a good defender. Maxey is a winning defender. We know Embiid is a good defender. Drummond's a good defender. I mean, Drummond just be getting cut by Embiid, but hey, that's happening in practice now. That's not what happened in the game. So you got that going with Philly. And we seen what happened with the Celtics winning it all this year. So we're seeing that happen. To go with that. So let's see what Philly's going to do for the rest of this year. Are they going to be healthy going into the playoffs? Will Paul George and Embiid help them get to a point where they haven't gotten to? You know, PG has been in the conference finals. He was in the conference finals with the Clippers. First time they've been to the conference finals. And, you know, Embiid has yet to get past the second round. Will that happen this season? Will they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? We don't know. They are one of the better teams on paper right now in the East, and they definitely have a shot. They have that opportunity. So, what you gonna do, Philly? What's the process this time? Right now, it looks good. It looks good because you improved your roster. Some people aren't going to agree with that because of the history with Paul George and Embiid, and you know both guys kind of sort of being injury prone or not playing their best when it matters the most in the playoffs. So there's going to be some skepticism there. But right now on paper, Philadelphia 76ers definitely did what they needed to do to improve their team. So shout out to the 76ers, man. They're definitely making moves. Daryl Morey is making moves for this team to do their best to improve. They want to compete with the Celtics and guys in the West because we know OKC is improving, Minnesota is improved. There are plenty of teams that are improving right now, and you know we gotta talk about them. So praises to Daryl Morey and the Philadelphia 76ers, and you guys are dogs this week, man. So welcome to the dogs. All right, next up, I'm not going too far from Philly. This team has also had some questions as well. Also haven't gotten past the second round in a while. Haven't seen the finals in a very long time. But they also made moves to improve their team this offseason as well. And Villanova seems to be a spot where they like to look at. And it's the New York Knicks. New York Knicks went and got not Miles Bridges. I'm sorry. Not Miles. But they got the I can't remember the other brother's name. Oh my goodness. I literally had it just now. Mikal Bridges. They went and got Mikal Bridges. They're looking to compete. You got Julius Randle coming back. You got Jalen Brunson, who had a good playoff run, who's more than likely going to sign a contract very soon. You get OG to sign back. So this team is improving. I mean, you pretty much lost. The only person you lost was Isaiah Hartenstein, and he went to Oklahoma City. And he got paid. He got paid more money than what you guys were going to offer him. So, hey, you can't be mad at him for taking more money. But you guys got some star power there now. You got some guys who are used to playing with each other, with Dante DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, and Mikal Bridges. So these guys have a lot of familiarity with each other. And, you know, the New York gave a lot up to get Mikal Bridges to part with the team, but Mikal Bridges is one of the most dependable players in the league. You tell me the last time he's missed an NBA game. He's one of the healthiest guys, and that's pretty much that was an issue for them. Julius Randle was out. I think a lot of people sometimes forget that Julius Randle did not play in this playoffs this year. He didn't play in the last half of the NBA season, including the playoffs. And they got, to the second round, losing to the Indiana Pacers. But that's because OG got hurt, came back and really couldn't play. Jalen Brunson had got hurt. And they didn't really use their bench much because other guys on the bench were hurt as well. Bojan was hurt. Bogdanovic was hurt. So it wasn't much the Knicks could do because they had so many injuries around. And these were important injuries as well. And they went and saw that and went and improved their team. They brought back OG, who looked like he might not come back because they went and got Mikal Bridges, but he was like, nah, I'm signing back. So this team looks like they're going to be a lot better defensively because Mikal Bridges was, he wasn't a defensive player of the year conversation just a couple seasons ago. We know how good he can be defensively. OG, we know he's great defensively. Josh Hart is also a stout defender. These guys, the one thing that can stop them is injuries, and that's also Tibbs. But right now on paper, and I will keep saying this, right now on paper, this team looks like they're going to compete for a championship. One of 3 or 4 teams in the East that have definitely made sure they made improvements on their team. So, New York Knicks, same question I got for Philly. Are you going to make it past the second round? What's going to happen? You gave up a lot to get Mikal Bridges. You paid OG a lot of money. What's next? Are you guys going to Tibbs? Are you going to use your bench? Are you going to improve this team? Let's see what happens. Because they got out of the first round in back-to-back years. But they also got eliminated in the second round in back-to-back years. So let's see what happens. Right now, the New York Knicks are dogs. Okay, now it's time to head out west. When you head out west, there are plenty of teams you can talk about that have been having a good offseason right now. Some guys have made some changes that may have not been seen or maybe have been seen. You got the Mavericks who went and got Klay Thompson. You got the Warriors who let Chris Paul go. They went and got Buddy Hield. You got OKC who went and got Isaiah Hartenstein. You got Minnesota who got a good draft. You got Denver who's been losing players. So there's a lot to be talked about in the West. But there's not too much coverage on what the Sacramento Kings did. They had a good draft. Not only did they have a good draft, they also went and got DeMar DeRozan. Now, DeMar DeRozan may not be the name that a lot of people look at from how he used to be a few years ago, but he's still a really good player in this league, and he's still a clutch player in this league. And he may not shoot the ball from 3 often, but he's capable of being a 3-point maker. He just has an old school game to how he plays, and that's not a bad thing when it comes to what they gave up to get him. Harrison Barnes is no longer on the team. He's gone. Davion Mitchell was gone as well. They gave up a couple of draft picks, but they didn't give up any first. Kevin Huerter is still on the team. You still got King Murray. You still got Fox. You still got Monk. So the team has improved. And with a team improving like that, you got a team that's looking to compete in the West. And it seems like to me they're not done making moves. So what is next for the Kings? What else are they going to do to improve this team? They've done enough to seems like they want to compete in the West. So it's a great job by them. Keep doing well. Let's see what happens next. So Sacramento, like I said, great job, Sacramento. Monty is doing an awesome job to do what he can to improve this roster. Um, Still looking to give Fox his contract. Was able to re-sign Malik Monk. Still, like I said, still got Keegan Murray. Still got Kevin Herter. So great job. Welcome to the Dogs, Sacramento. Next, there's a guy in baseball who's been having a pretty good year. And, you wonder what's going to happen with him. His team has been winning, though. So that's a really good sign. But I think it's about time we talk about this guy because he's an important player for the Pittsburgh Pirates. And it's Paul Skeens. Paul has the most strikeouts, has the 9th most strikeouts in his first 9 career appearances since 1901. He has 70. The guys that have more are Kerry Wood, Herb Scorer, Jose De Leon, Steven Strasburg, Hideo Nomo, Masahiro Tanaka, Dwight Gooden, and Nolan Ryan. All of them have 70 plus. And his performance against Atlanta, 6 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 strikeouts. He's balling. Then the very next game, 7 inning pitch, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts. He's just a rookie. He's just a rookie. Not only that, Paul is the first player to be an all-star the year after being drafted in the June amateur draft. With him, Shota Imanaga, this is just the 10th season with multiple rookie starting all-star pitchers, joining John Means, Marcus Soroka, and Sandy Alcantara in 2019, Wade Miley and Yu Darvish in 2012, Carlos Perez, Tyler Green, and Nomo in 95. Then you got Jerry and Ron Reed in 68, Don Schwal, Ken McBride in 61, Herb Scorer, Luis Arroyo, and Sam Jones in 55. In 54, you had Gene Conley and Dean Stone. And in 49, this is how far back we're going, Alex Kellner and Don Newcomb. Then Bill, I'm probably botching this last name, Bill Voisel and Joe Page in 1944. This is really, really good. And then with Jackson Merrill and Mason Miller joining that, this is just a nice season with 4 rookie all-stars, which also happened in last year with Coleman Carroll, Yenier Cano, Sanaga, and Josh Jung. Also happened in 2019, 2012, 2011, 2003, 2001, 1960, and 1944. The guy is amazing. He's doing a great job for the Pittsburgh Pirates, who are also winning. So it's a healthy balance. And for him to only be a rookie and he's making an impact like this, like Shota Imanaga is doing for the Chicago Cubs. Got to talk about the guys when they're doing well. And he's doing an awesome job for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He can For sure, he's for sure one of the guys that can win National League Rookie of the Year and possibly win Cy Young. It's possible. He's playing that well. And if he continues to do this for the rest of the year, he's going to be in that conversation. I can almost guarantee it. And the first overall pick to the All-Star game the next year. He was the number 1 overall pick last year in the June amateur draft. And he's in the All-Star game this year, the very next year after he got drafted. It is amazing to see. It's incredible. It makes you speechless how great this guy is. Just imagine if there were teams calling to try to trade for him. They would have to trade almost the entire baseball team or all their starting pitchers to get to this guy. It's along with other draft capital and farm prospects, and won a national championship at LSU. This is crazy. This is crazy, but it's awesome to see what he's doing. So, welcome to the Dogs, Paul Skeens. All right, last but not least for the Dogs is a guy who was not necessarily on my radar, but he was brought to my attention, and he plays for the Minnesota Twins. Jose Miranda. He made it. 12 hits and 12 straight at-bats. The longest streak in the expansion era, which was since 1961. I like this comment. Jose. Yep, Jose Miranda. He is the Twins' third baseman that matched an MLB record when he hit 12 consecutive at-bats with his single off of Hunter Brown on the winning Saturday 9-3 against the Astros. The only other hitters on record with hits in 12 consecutive at-bats are the Tigers' Walt Dropo, the Red Sox' Pinky Higgins, and the Cubs' Johnny Kling. And you want to know the last time that happened? That was in 1952. That was before the expansion era. It's the longest streak in the expansion era. Dustin Pedroia in 2016 for the Red Sox and Bernie Williams in 2002 of the Yankees both got hits in 11 straight at-bats, but it's not 12. That hit for Jose also made it 13 consecutive plate appearances when he reached base. He was hit by a pitch in the first plate appearance Saturday, adding his 2 singles. Well, before adding his 2 singles. It almost reached 13 hits, where he could have broken the record. But he lined a pitch that landed just foul down the right line in the 6th. Then he finally got retired during the fly out to left field. So he got a standing ovation for it, and he definitely deserved it. And then Roy Lewis is hurt, so that's the only reason why he's playing right now. But he's taken full advantage of it. He stepped up huge. And I just talked about Royce Lewis not too long ago. Matter of fact, my last episode, I talked about Royce Lewis and what he's been doing for the Minnesota Twins. And now his teammate, who stepped in for him, is now balling as well. It's like, hey, next man up. next man up mentality, and he's doing his thing. He is doing his thing. So it's good to see players step up when it's needed. And I don't even think it was asked of him to play great. Just, help the team win, not miss a beat, really. And he did more than just help the team not miss a beat. The Twins are winning games. It was because of Royce Lewis. It was because of other players. And now it's because of Jose Miranda. Jose, man, keep playing well. Keep playing well. I think this right here is going to allow you to be in the rotation a lot more because you're stepping up when the star player is out. So, Jose Miranda, welcome to the Dogs. All right, that is the Dogs of the Week. Honorable mention I got for Dogs of the Week. Rickea Jackson for the LA Sparks. Rookie. But had an amazing month in the WNBA. Had her first 20-point game recently. And not only have her not only having a 20-point game, but also when playing over 25 minutes in the last 7 games, she's averaged 15.2 points per game, 6.1 rebounds, 2.4 assists, shooting about 47% from the field. At half against Phoenix, she had 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 or 2 from 3, 3 5 from the free throw line. She is also 3rd in rookie points per game. So she's showcasing her talent. She was a number 4 pick overall this year by the LA Sparks, and she's stepping up. We know what happened with Cameron Brink being out for the rest of the season after tearing her ACL, but Rickea Jackson is stepping up when she's needed the most. She's also going to be a part of a year 1 4-episode docuseries focusing on 4 rookies. That's Angel Reese, Camila Cardoso, Rickea Jackson, and Nika Moore. Rickea Jackson, balling, playing well. So shout out to Rickea Jackson, doing what she needs to do. That is my honorable mention for the week. And that is the show for today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Can't wait to see you guys next time. So give her the doghouse cry because she didn't necessarily make it to the Dogs of the Week. But hey, just know I see you. I see you. So that is it for my show today. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Until next time, peace. Thank you for watching all the way through and tuning all the way into the end. Thank you for enjoying Dave's Doghouse. I hope you had a great show. Make sure you like this video and hit the notification button so you get an alert whenever I go live again or have another video and another episode. And also, last but not least, hit that share button. If you enjoyed this and you think someone else will enjoy it, share it. And also, thank you again for, tuning into this episode. And I'll see you next time. My guy, you in the doghouse.